minutes. So we have some really nice recipes we want to share with you guys. I have some graphics. You guys can take a screenshot, or if you want to just take some notes and write it down, that's okay too. So what I'm going to share with you guys is how to make your own bath bombs, right? You go to the store, you see these fancy little fizzy bath bombs. Well, you can make them. So I made mine earlier, and I kind of messed up. So I'm going to kind of show you what not to do. So they're not supposed to look like this, but they'll still work. So first of all, let me put the recipe up for you guys. Where are you? Here is the recipe for homemade bath bombs, okay? So you're going to take 1 cup of baking soda, 3/4 of a cup of citric acid, same measurement for the Epsom salts, and you're going to mix that all together. So do your dry ingredients first, okay? Then you're going to take 4 tablespoons of your fractionated coconut oil, and you're going to kind of add it slowly to the bath bombs and mix it up with a fork. Do it slow, do it slow, do it slow, okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to put 1 tablespoon of water in a spray bottle. Now this is the important part. This is where I messed up, but it was kind of intentional. I was making these earlier with my granddaughter, so I ended up throwing the water in. Don't do that because it will activate the bath bombs. So the citric acid will be activated. They start swelling up. They're not supposed to. They're still going to work fine, but they're not going to look the way they're supposed to look. So spray it into the mixture and gently keep mixing it up. And then you have essential oils, anywhere from 10, I think, to 20 drops. There's another recipe I was using. And you can use anything. You can do stress away is nice, lavender. I saw a great recipe for it was pine and peppermint. And that's what really kind of got me. I love anything like that. But if you want to do more relaxing, then you do lavender, you do stress away. Okay, that's your basic mixture right there. So what you can also get is they have these on Amazon, these little bath bomb molds. You can get these. Now, if you don't want to spend the money on these, I don't remember what they cost because they have plastic ones. These are metal to make like the balls. If you don't want to do that, this is a little cheapy thing. Everyone has measuring cups, right? You're going to get 1/4 of a cup measuring cup. And when you go to make it, you're going to just kind of push it in hard and then dump it out, and it's going to make this kind of a shape, okay? So like I said, this I did wrong because I had my granddaughter and I dumped the water, and so what happened was it activated it and it swelled up. So it was so funny. I was trying to make the balls. I mean, they were like this big and they were swelling. It was the funniest thing. They finally stopped. They got hard and I cut them up. And I actually did test them in the bath. They still work the same way. They make the water like nice and silky and they fizz up. So they're pretty cool, you know? So again, you can scent them any way that you want. Just don't do what I did. Don't dump all the water in. Put it in a spray thing and spray the water in gently and mix it up, okay? So that's how you make them. I don't know if anyone has any questions about the bath bombs. I know people are just jumping in now. Let me put the recipe up again. Hang on. Let me put the recipe up for the bath bombs because I see new ones have jumped in. Okay, so we're talking about making homemade bath bombs. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take all your dry ingredients and put them together first and mix them up. Then you're going to slowly add the wet. Do the coconut oil with your essential oils. And then with the water, you're going to spray it in with a spray bottle. Just gently spray it in and keep mixing it. And you want to mix it until when you touch it, it kind of feels like sand. You don't want it to be too wet and you don't want it to be too dry. It's kind of funny. So it's kind of good using your hands where you can hold, you put it together and it holds like a shape together, okay? And like I said, optional, you can get these molds on Amazon to make like the balls, but you don't have to. Just use like a cup. This is a fourth of a cup. Pack it in and pop them out. Another idea you can do, which is really pretty, but kind of impractical, you can add flowers. So I've done some where I put flowers in the bottom and put them in, smashed down, tipped it over, the flowers are on top. Really pretty, but remember, it's really messy in your bathtub. So just remember that. They're very pretty, but it's very messy, okay? So if you don't feel like making bath bombs, I want to share with you a couple other nice DIY spa ideas that you can make along the same lines.
I'm sorry, Erica.
Oh, sorry, someone asking something?
Yes, me, Claudia. I was going to tell you, do you mind showing me again? My phone died and I couldn't take a picture of the recipe for the bath Mom?
Yep. Yep. I'll put it back up.
Thank you so much. Before you
Yep.
do go to the next slide.
Yep. So remember, you want to put the dry ingredients together first, mix it up with a fork. Then you're going to slowly add the wet ingredients. So I consider the essential oils part of the wet ingredients.
Thank you.
So you're going to do the oil first, and then you're going to spray in the water, and you're going to do it until it feels like you're going to put it together and it kind of holds like a shape. That's when it's done. So yeah. Now, if you don't feel like making that, you're like, I don't feel like that's kind of a lot. I don't want to do that. Let me get there's two other options up. I make these as well. And I've made these as gifts. This makes a really nice gift. So, and I also like to use the pink Himalayan salt because I think it looks really pretty. So you have the Dead Sea salt, you have baking soda, you have sweet almond oil, and then there you go, you have lavender, lemongrass, but you can really pick any essential oil that you like. I love Stress Away. I think that is so calming and so soothing. You're taking a nice hot bath. And again, like I said, you can keep it in little pretty containers, or you can even give this out as a gift. So this is another option if you don't feel like making the bath bombs. Well, they're really fun to make, especially if you have kids or grandkids. But again, just kind of watch what you're doing. Don't do what I did earlier and dump all that water in there. Okay, I have another recipe for you guys along the same lines, and I usually kind of make these. So this is Epsom salt with your pink salts. You can do dried flowers. Like I said, here's an idea. If you're gonna do this route, what you could do is get those muslin bags, fill it like almost like you're making a tea bag, tie it up, and then put it in the bathtub. This way the flowers won't make a really big mess all over the place. So this is another great option. And again, it's really pretty to even just give out as a gift. But why not just pamper yourself, right? Times are crazy. Right now, I'm actually redoing my bathroom, and I am putting in a soaker tub because I love taking a hot bath. It's like, to me, it's like one of the most relaxing things. So I actually make a lot of these salts, and I'm always taking like a nice pamper yourself bath. And I bring my diffuser in the bath, and it's like an event. Like for me, I have my wine. It's really nice. So, all right. So it's a spa night. So another thing we want to share with you guys is a recipe.
You don't put the diffuser in a bathtub. You don't put the diffuser in a bathtub.
No,
That's
don't put, no, don't.
No,
No,
take it easy.
don't put it in your bathtub. Put it like on your counter.
You'll be killing
And-
people here.
Yeah, don't kill people. Yeah. That's funny. Okay, another great recipe is this is an overnight hair mask. So this is nice, again, to pamper yourself, or maybe you're having issues with your hair. Lavender, rosemary, cedarwood, those are all really great oils for your hair and for your scalp, and actually for growing hair. So there's a lot of great testimonies with those three oils. And I haven't tried this. I know normally I try the recipes, but it's been kind of a crazy week. If you guys want to try this. And again, great oils like argan oil, coconut oil. You have lavender, rosemary, cedarwood. And I guess this is something you put in overnight, and you wake up in the morning with beautiful hair. So if you guys want to take a screenshot of this so that you have it. Excuse me. All right. Any questions? Anyone, did I go too quick? Okay.
Yeah, a little bit too fast for me.
When you do
But
that
anyway.
hair, do you have to wrap your hair overnight?
Yeah, let me put it gives the instructions in the
Oh, I'm
recipe.
sorry,
Let me put it
I
back
took a
up.
picture, but I didn't read the instructions.
Let me see. Can you, let me minimize this. Okay.
I can't put my hair in a bun. I'm sorry, it's too short.
What about like, what are those shower caps? You could put
Yeah.
your hair up or put it in your hair and put a shower cap on,
Do that.
right? And then go to bed. That could work.
Okay.
So I would try that. See, my hair is long. I would work it in. I would put my hair in a bun and I would go to bed. I haven't tried this recipe yet. So if you guys try it, you know how that works. We ask you, tell us next week or the week after how you like the recipe. All right. George, I know you're not George, but the name is George.
I have Melinda is my name. But anyway, I was just wondering, I might have missed it. What's fractionated coconut oil?
So it's the coconut oil that stays liquid.
Oh,
So you
Okay.
know this coconut oil that stays hard, it's white, and
Yes.
they have, it's the unrefined. This would be the refined coconut oil that stays liquid.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Okay. Anyone else? Because if not, I'm gonna turn it to Chris, and Chris has some other great recipes to share with you guys.
Okay, thank you. Welcome, everybody else who popped on. Nice to have you. Nice to have you, Melinda. Pam is showing you, Melinda, the fractionated coconut oil.
Oh, wait a minute, I gotta take a picture. Hold on.
Thank you. Wonderful.
I have never bought that. I just use the real stuff. In Florida, it's hot enough that it gets liquid pretty quick most of the time anyway. So yeah, that's what I found.
I've got
But
plenty-
go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say I have plenty of the other stuff, so I'll try it with
Yeah.
the,
I would just use the other stuff. I
Okay.
mean, it'd be thicker, but if you can, when you get it warm with your hands and move it around your hair, it should work really good. That's what I would think. Well, at least in Florida, that's how it works. I don't know about New York. All right, so I was playing around all week with different ideas because I've never done the bath bomb. I've never done the shower steamers, but I never get a bath. So I wanted to learn about the shower steamers. And this is what I found out about making shower steamers, that all the ingredients in there are really interesting, but to make it easy, super easy, if some of you went and got your baking soda and your oil and you have a bowl, that's all you need. I'm going to take you over here and kind of show you what I've done. Yep, that's all you need. So you're going to use, I just did half because I'm using my mother-in-law's items, but the recipe calls for 1 cup of baking soda. So if you have a bowl and you want to do this with me, 1 cup of baking soda and 1/4 cup of water. And you just mix that together, the baking soda and the water. And then when you get it mixed together, the recipe suggested lemon and peppermint. I just use peppermint and it smells absolutely amazing. So you just mix that up and then you form it. But I'll show you what happened over here when we did this. All right, here we go. So I did it last night and this is kind of what happened. I did it in an ice cube tray because we didn't have any silicone forms and it didn't really dry out enough. There's another, I'll show you the recipe on how you can bake it to get it to dry out. But what we have here, let me see if I can show you guys. This is baking soda and a little bit of water, and that's it. The recipe said let it stay for 24 to 48 hours, maybe 48 hours, it would dry out. Maybe we have too much humidity in Florida, I'm not sure. But I think I would try baking them. You could put it in a metal tin. I would use coconut on the edge of the metal tin or a liner if you don't have a silicone tin to bake in. But then I'm going to show you what happened when I stuck it with water. It was really amazing. So some of the recipes, especially for the bath bombs, talked about putting food coloring in. We don't really want food coloring because it's kind of toxic, but I had fun with, if you want some color, you can try some natural things. Chili powder, paprika, turmeric, and cloves. So you get some different colors. If you wanted to make them as gifts for people, you can get some different colors that way. This is if you're making it a little bit complicated. But these ones, I actually put the coconut oil in. Now, if you're going to use it as a steamer for the shower, you might slide out. But if it's in your bath water that you do it, then that would be fun because it would add moisture to the water for your skin with the coconut. And the suggestion is just after you let the water go down the drain, take a little baking soda and just rinse the coconut oil that might be left down the drain. Just kind of scrub out the tub a little bit with some baking soda. And then you have a nice clean tub. All right. So is anyone doing that? 1 cup of baking soda and 1/4 cup of water. Mix it together and then push it into some kind of a form that you have. and you need to let it dry. So I'll go ahead and wait. Does anybody have any questions on that for me? Wait for Claudia, let her to catch up with us.
I had a question, Chris.
Sure.
Did you say anything about how many drops to put in of the essential oil?
I did half the recipe. I put 10, and the peppermint is amazing. I just use straight peppermint. I love peppermint too. But if you
So if
wanted, you could use stress away.
We have to have me-
I would say 20 drops if you're gonna do the whole recipe of a cup. I would just do 20 drops, but you're gonna have over 20 baths, because what I did, even in the different ice cube trays, they broke up a little bit when I pulled them out, because I pulled them out too soon, then I had to reform them with my hands. But you're gonna have a ton of baths. And what you wanna do when you get them nice and dry is stick them in a glass container to keep that nice fragrance from the essential oil together in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and
Okay.
show you guys some graphics here that you can check out. Let me see. This was like my main go-to, and I wanted to know why you had all these different recipes, what the ingredients in the recipe. So this is the basic shower steamer, the first recipe. There's a whole, if you can get really complicated or you can keep it really easy. But the first recipe is the easy one that I gave you guys: a cup of baking soda with a 1/4 cup of water. And for your immune system, everybody's thinking of building their immune system right now. Throw it in the shower. Lemon, peppermint, and thieves is what they suggested. I just did the peppermint, and that was absolutely amazing. If you want to get a little fancier, I drove all over looking for citric acid. I think you got to get it on Amazon. But you can use the baking soda with citric acid and a little bit of water, and Raven for your lungs was another recipe that you can have out there. For the bath bomb, it's kind of similar to the one that Erica gave you. I was playing around with that a little bit. And I love the fact that it has the coconut oil, because it holds it together and you don't have to let it dry out. But that had 50 drops of essential oils with the baking soda. They also had cream of tartar, which I didn't put in there, and sea salt, but I would flip it out for Epsom salts, because when you get it in a bath, the Epsom salts are going to be great for relaxing too. And then there's another recipe. I noticed that when you put baking soda with cornstarch, it holds it together a little bit better. But just to be simple, start with your baking soda, a little bit of water, and maybe 10 to 20 drops of whatever scent that you want, or whatever you want to work on your body. You know, with our Young Living oils, they work on our body. If your lungs need help, maybe some RC or Raven, or if you want to pump up your immune system, maybe some thieves. If you want to wake up in the morning, peppermint is a great one to have. And lemon is another nice cleanser and waker up oil. So everybody's got that. Let me show you another. Here's a few other different recipes that I came up with. Let me pull this one down that I can show you guys. These are just complicated. Baking soda and water is your basic one. This one has the citric acid, Epsom salts, baking soda, essential oils, a little bit of olive oil to hold it together, and sea salt. And like Erica was saying, if you're having the citric acid spray, you can spray it. This suggestion was, instead of spraying it with the water, you can spray it with some witch hazel to get it to stick together. But I thought I did show you, my whole theory, what I wanted to find out is, how is this thing going to work? Just the baking soda with the water, how's it going to work when you throw it in the shower? So I threw it in the sink. Let me show you guys what happened when I threw it in the sink. I was quite pleasantly surprised, because it's such a simple thing. But check out when you throw this thing in the sink, what actually happens. It slowly dissolves. That peppermint is going all over the place. And then you have your little shower steamer. But I thought that was pretty neat how that works. Had to try that out. I didn't get a shower since they dried out, but I thought you guys might enjoy seeing that. So Melinda, do you have a question?
You mentioned citric acid that you were looking, and I just looked on Amazon and you can buy a bag of it for $7.99. So just fun. I didn't know if you were still looking for it.
No, thank you very much. I have some, actually. I'm at my mother-in-law's right now, but I have some at home. It was so simple to buy when we were in Africa. It was everywhere. It was like, I don't know what people did with it. It's a preservative, I guess. But if you want it to be more fizzy, that's what the citric acid does. It helps it be more fizzy. And like Erica, you have it in the bath bomb too, right? Your recipe. If you want them to fizz, you need that citric acid. So mine just kind of melted away. It was more like a shower melt. So what other little goodies do I have for you guys? If you wanted to bake them, if you didn't want to let them dry out and you have them in a container that you can bake, here's how you can do that. Let me show you this. So you stick them in, like I have at home, I have silicone molds for baking muffins. So I would use those and just put a little bit in there, and it says bake it for 15 to 20 minutes at 350 degrees. And that will get the water out of it. And still, when you're unpopping them, you want to make sure that they stick together. The whole thing you're trying to get is for these things to stick together until you stick them in the shower. But that's how you can do it. I haven't done the baking part, but that will be my next step. And that looks very simple to get them to dry out quickly. And you're wanting to decide which oils that you want to use. Well, here's some ideas for you. When you're trying to figure out which oils you want to use, eucalyptus is another one I haven't mentioned, but with what's going on around us today, people love eucalyptus. RC and Raven have the eucalyptus in them, but you can just use a plain eucalyptus for your lungs to wake you up and revitalize you. Peppermint, like if it's a morning shower, you would want the peppermint probably, or lemon in there. You can do 10 drops lemon, 10 drops peppermint, and rosemary is to get the brain in gear. So rosemary would be another idea for your shower steamers. If you want to get waking up, get the brain in gear there. Now, here's another idea. Go ahead, Mary Lee.
I have thing to make muffins, the small muffins, very small. Now would that work, I wonder?
Yeah, another idea was put the paper in. It's just to get it out where it's still together. Have a paper
okay.
liner.
All
And then
right.
it's easier to pull it out if you're going to go ahead and bake it, or you could try just letting them dry out for a couple days. It would
Okay.
probably eventually happen. But if you just want to leave it as a powder, that's another alternative that you can do. Or if they just fall apart, you can have it as a powder and put it in a glass jar. Here's the idea that they also have some dried lavender and chamomile in this one recipe I was looking at with the baking soda. And it says just stir it all together, put it in a jar, and then put it in the bottom of your shower or your bath. That's another really simple way that you could do it. And if they're all kind of like falling apart, then another idea is before you throw it in the shower, say you made it for the evening, you use Stress Away or some relaxing oil. Now it's morning. You can, right before you put it on the shower floor, you could put an extra drop of peppermint or a drop of eucalyptus or something else. So these are just all different ideas, but it's a beautiful way to start your day with a shower steamer or a bath bomb to get you guys going and get some of those oils into your system real quick. Let me see. Here's the idea about putting the oils in at the end. Let me show you this graphic here. This is what I was doing. Let's see. When I forgot to join Erica earlier, I was throwing all my graphics onto my laptop. So before you throw it in the shower, you can just put a drop of your oil on there. That's another idea too. Have an aromatherapy shower. So any other questions for me on the bath? How are they coming, Claudia? Did you get them into something to let them dry out? Ooh, that looks good.
Yes, we're making progress here.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Are we ready to get on to the sugar scrub? Everybody ready to get on to the sugar scrub? Now the
Yeah.
sugar scrub, you can use it on your elbows, you can use it on your heels, the bottoms of your feet, anything that's rough. This is when you want to use your sugar scrub. This is the simplest thing on earth. So I'm going to bring you guys back to the kitchen and we can go for it. All right. And this is why you can't find your, this is sugar. Let me see what I normally do. My recipe doesn't say that, but just some nice fine sugar. You take your coconut oil, and just mix equal amounts in. That's what I do. I do half and half. So let me not get sugar in my mother-in-law's coconut oil. So just take your coconut oil and mix it till you get a nice consistency. That is all there is to a really nice sugar scrub. And then put your oils in at the end. Whatever oils you want for your skin, you can just go ahead and put them in there. But I mean, in the summer, I'm quite a greasy mama. So I've even used this on my face. If I don't have a mask or something, if you have really tough skin like me, that's what you can do. So just kind of mix it together. And the coconut is so beautiful. It's great to get all the gook off of your face. But that's it. So if you guys have got your sugar and your coconut oil, mix them together. I've got my peppermint right here. If you're going to use it on your face, you might not want to use the peppermint because it might be a little strong. Peppermint can make you cry. So kind of mix it. Oh, it smells so amazing. And now you have a very nice heel cleaner. And it's ready to go. So that is how simple making a sugar scrub is. Any questions or any more ideas? Maybe you guys have made some that you want to add to it. I've got my little recipe here. I can show you. This one has, I use lemon. I think it has lemon and peppermint in this recipe. This was from a while ago. But this one says a lot less coconut oil. This one only says 2 tablespoons to half a cup of sugar. Rochelle, go ahead. What do you want to add here?
No, not a chance, Chris.
Go ahead.
You know what I was trying to figure out? You have the recipe here, so I was gonna ask about the number of drops. But so you said equal parts of the coconut oil and the sugar.
That's what I do.
So then approximately, if I did a cup and a cup, how many? Well,
I
20.
would,
20?
yeah, I would start with 20, see how you feel at that point.
Okay.
You might want to add a little bit more, but I would maybe do a little less coconut oil. I mean, I normally do that, but you can see I don't measure. So maybe to me, it just seems like it's half and half, but that's my recipe there. And let's see if I have another one for you guys. Here's another sugar scrub recipe. This was from our fall class. But this is maybe more the kind of oils you'd want to use this time of year. But this one has brown sugar with clove, cinnamon, vanilla extract. And it actually is a lot less coconut oil than the sugar.
It's small, I can't see it.
Is it? It's 1 cup brown sugar, a drop of clove oil, a drop of cinnamon bark oil, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a 1/4 cup of coconut oil. Just mix them all together till it gets to a nice consistency. And it's great for your elbows, for your heels, the bottoms of your feet, just to get all the exfoliation going.
And then you can make cookies.
There you go. Yeah. What's left over, you could make cookies. I like that, Melinda. Yeah. But any more questions for me on the sugar scrub or the coconut oil? We want to pamper ourselves a little bit once in a while. And if you have this sitting in your house, hey, good job, Sue. How'd it turn out, Sue? Tell us, tell us. It tastes wonderful, actually. I mean, you can eat this stuff. That's the nice thing about Young Living oils.
It's orange. I put orange in it and it smells amazing. Oh, how cute, Erica.
Grandma time.
You have her overnight. So there's that. And then
Oh, you've got it too. You've got it ready to go. So you might want to let it sit 48 hours. Mine was only about 24 hours. It wasn't quite dry. When I popped them out, they kind of became two.
well, and I have citric acid, but I missed what you said about putting it in because I made like toilet bowl balms. I've
Uh-huh.
used them all. I haven't made them again, but I did those.
No, you can use it. The couple of these recipes call for citric acid. Here it says 2 cups of baking soda and then citric acid, 2 tablespoons of water.
Okay.
So you can do that if you want it to fizz. Mine are not going to fizz. They're just going to melt. That's what you're going to find with the baking soda and the water. They just melt and then the scent. But make sure once they dry out, you put them in a glass container to keep the scent. Because you know, essential oils are volatile and they'll disappear into never, never land if you don't keep them sealed nicely in glass.
Right. Right.
But yeah, I just thought since we're kind of on a pampering night, maybe you guys have these recipes, but these are my favorites. Body butter. I don't think anyone should live without Young Living's body butter. So let me just throw it up here for you. And I do all kinds of wild things with my body butters. The shea butter, the coconut oil, cocoa butter, I love in my body butters. This one has lime, a little bit of vanilla and stress away, or peppermint and spearmint. But you just want to melt those oils together, the shea butter and the cocoa butter and the coconut oil, just kind of melt them together. You don't want to boil your oils, but just make sure they're melted nicely, let them cool off. And once they're coolish, go ahead and throw your essential oils in there. Put them in the fridge till it gets hardish, not really hard, but where you can kind of, it's not liquid anymore, but you can kind of pop your finger in and mix it up. Anybody do this? Anybody make their body butters? I just love my Young Living body butter. And it's so simple and cheap. Yeah. Erica, any more ideas what you do with yours different?
It's basically that, but I think my recipe has almond oil in it. So you
nice.
melt down those butters and then you add almond oil and you put it in the freezer for like maybe half an hour. And then you add your oils and then you take like a blender, like the hand blender, and you whip it. And it's like, comes out really fluffy. If you guys are on Instagram, I'm the Peppermint Girl and I made a video of it. If you guys want to see like the video of what it looks like.
Yeah, I can show, well, I'll show you mine here. The last time I made it, I went ahead and put some.
There's somebody looking over your shoulder. Marilee, there's somebody looking over your shoulder.
I know.
I find that it tends to be, my body butter is a little thin. So last time I made it, I made like 5 cups of it. I mean, I made tons of it. I just brought a little bit with me. But I put a little bit of beeswax in there too. And I think that really helped the consistency just a little. It was only 2 tablespoons to my 5 cups of my oils, but it's so beautiful and it smells so amazing. This one I did cassia and peppermint in it. It's kind of a unique smell is what I found out.
What do you do with it? What do you do with it?
It's my lotion. I put it all over my body every time I shower. And sometimes I'll even put it on my face. I mean, I just use it every day.
Javen's going from one fridge to the other while we
I
have our
guess
meeting.
so. Know what to do with that, man. Sorry. So any recipes you need repeated? Anything? Let me see what else I have here for you guys. I think I've shown
Yes, the one with the brown sugar, I wasn't thinking of making it, but when I heard the word cookies, I'm like, that sounds like it'd make a good cookie.
Okay, let me pull it up here again.
That's cute.
Sugar scrub for the fall. Where's
Yeah.
this one going?
oatmeal and it would make it like a body scrub.
Oh,
And then-
yeah,
These-
Oh, there's another idea.
yeah.
There you are.
'Cause
Thank
oatmeal
you.
is good for the skin.
You're welcome. Yeah. Well, thank you guys all very much for coming. If you don't have any more questions for us, we appreciate it. Hopefully you've got your recipes for your bath bombs and you all get to make your bath bombs. And Pam has a question before I conclude. Go ahead, Pam.
And it has nothing to do with the class today,
Okay.
but a good while back, somebody recommended the soap that you know, comes out of the feed soap, to add something to it to clean your face, that it's good for your face. And I was just wondering what the oils were and what and there was something else. There was two things and I didn't catch it. I've been meaning to ask you, Chris, for the longest, but I use my pump, you know, and I add coconut oil to it, but I was wondering what other oils should I add to it for your face? You know me, my face is very dry.
I mean, any oil that you like on your face, sweet almond, I would think. I haven't done it. I mean, I just take my Thieves soap, the foaming hand soap, and I dilute it. I dilute it by like, I don't delete it. I dilute it by like quarters with water. That's how I do it. And I thought I had brought my Art facial cleanser here and it wasn't. It's the Art Renewal Serum. So I've been using that for my face when we've been here.
And that's
But it's a little strong. I think it's a little strong. So it's a good idea to add some oils. I would add sweet almond
Yeah,
or rosehip seed a little bit.
yeah.
That sounds like a really nice idea, but I don't think we did that.
I love it.
Erica?
I love what I've been doing.
Wow,
but
it's a nice
I
idea.
A little bit more of a smell to it. Would your regular oils be too much for that?
No, you could add some lavender oil or some frankincense even if you
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah, I did frankincense. I was just running through something else. Okay, y'all. Thanks a bunch.
You're welcome. Erica, do you remember us doing something like that? Go ahead. Maybe she does.
I think I remember us talking about how some girls do that. If your skin, I would recommend it for acne prone skin because the oils that are in Thieves are ideal for that skin type. If it's mature or dry, it may not be good, but I mean, everyone's skin is different. I mean, I was with a friend 2 months ago and they were asking me skin questions. I'm like, well, what works for me may not work for you and vice versa. So you have to play around with it and just try it. But yeah, I think we mentioned that at a class. So the hand soaps are concentrates. You can make 4 soaps out of one of them. And so you just take a little bit of the soap out and add it to another pump, add water, shake it. You can add like jojoba oil or something. There's a face cleanser, but like I said, it's really more for, I would use it for acne prone skin. That's what I would do. But if you're loving it, Pam, then see, see, everyone's different. See.
Well, I just felt like maybe I needed to add more stronger oils because when I clean it, it's clean.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
So I was just wondering, maybe I need to add more oils in my solution. So I'm going to try the coconut. I haven't done that. I just put water and I think frankincense I did.
Nice.
So I'll add the oils to
Maybe
it.
some lavender. Lavender's so gentle and so good for your skin. I would do that. Yeah, let me know what happens. I might try it myself since I don't have my facial cleanser with me.
Well, it cleans your face and it really does feel good. But it's a little bit too dry because I got dry skin.
Mhm. Excellent.
So that does make sense because the thieves in it would make it a little dry out a little bit too.
So hopefully everybody got your bath bomb recipe tonight, got your shower steamer recipe, maybe a thrown in body butter or some other things that we threw out there tonight. But we want to thank you guys very much for coming. I am doing a class for my West Coast team tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern time. So that's 5 o'clock West Coast time. We're going to do winter wellness routines because of the fact everybody's not keeping well. So we want to help everyone keep well. So that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern time. If any of you want to hop on or have any friends on the West Coast who want to hop on, and Friday nights are not good for them because they're still working. So thank you guys very, very much for coming. We love having you all, and we're